We're in.
Hello.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kerry Love, and I'd like to welcome you to the Virtual Cheese Awards 2020, where we showcase the very best of British cheese. I'll be looking after this session along with two very experienced consumer-related judges. My involvement with cheese and dairy stems from 30-odd years selling flexible packaging into the food industry, and cheese always seemed to be my first love, and so it developed into learning how to be a judge, how to grade, helping a couple of companies start up, and my involvement with this awards on the where we are today. So the winner will be announced live this afternoon. As I say, it's a consumer class. There's 20 cheeses, so a busy session. And for each cheese, there's 6 criteria containing marks out of 10, and the one with the highest will be declared the winner. All cheese is in plain wrapping, so neither myself or the judges know anything about the cheese they're about to test. And before I introduce the judges, I just thank our sponsor for this event, which is First Milk. And without them and our other sponsors, this event wouldn't be happening. So I will now hand you over to Russell, who will explain the scoring system and a bit about himself. Russell.
Thank you very much, Kerry. Hi, everyone. I'm Russell Hageter. I'm a category technical manager at Morrisons. The area that I look after is for cheese and deli, and I'm in a very envious position that I get to travel and taste all these amazing different cheeses from all over the world. So the ideal job, really. I've been in cheese all my life. I started off by going to Receive College after my GCSEs and studied food and dairy technology, went on to Manchester Uni, got my degree, worked at various cheese manufacturers. The last one I worked for was Dairy Crest down at Davidstow, where I did my MSc in Operational Excellence. I've had 11 years at Morrisons. We've got our own manufacturing site. We work very closely with very large producers, but more importantly, we work with small artisan producers trying to get the right cheese to the customer. So hence the consumer panel. Nikki.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome to my Gloucestershire kitchen. Yeah, I'm Nikki Wildin, and I'm the premium food buyer for the Best of Our Counties team for Mid Counties CoOp. I was a little bit later coming into the world of cheese because I spent 21 years working in aviation. And when I hang up my wings, I set up my own deli with my husband in Gloucester. And it was very much our passion was to be kind of hunters and gatherers and finding all of the great local produce in the county and bringing it to our customers in Gloucester. And then I got the opportunity to actually reach more of the great British public by working with the Westmoreland Group and Gloucester Services and serving Mr. and Mrs. GB there and introducing them to some of the great British cheeses. And then finally, as I said, now I'm with Mid Counties CoOp and have been for a year. So it's kind of my mission to get people, more people eating cheese, and I've just loved what I'm learning as I'm going along from all the great people in the cheese world. So that's it.
Thanks, Nikki. So we've got 6 areas that we're going to score the cheese on. First one's appearance. So looking at the cheese, seeing if there's any defects in there, but more importantly, we're looking for compliance. So does it actually look like what it should do? Then aroma. So we want to have that nice cheese aroma coming through that's typical of the type of cheese in there with no off-taints or odours. Then we can come on to flavour. Now, we're quite lucky in this panel, actually. We've got 20 cheeses, of which 14 are cheddars. And then we've got 6 other cheeses. So we're going to have lots of different flavours coming through. So it's going to be really interesting on how we look at what's right and what isn't. So that I'm looking forward to that. Again, texture. Cheddar's got a very typical texture profile that we can look at. However, when we go on to the other cheeses that are there, they're very different in texture. Cheddar tends to have a harder texture, and we've got some softer cheeses there, so that'd be nice to look at. And then true to character. So is it true to a cheddar? Is it true to the other types? Now, all our cheeses are not packaged up with the name of the manufacturer on there. It comes blind to us, so we have not got a clue what they are. So I'm looking forward to tucking in.
Absolutely, at breakfast.
Russell, could we also mention that the samples you received wouldn't necessarily be the size of the sample you'd taste at a proper cheese show or a live cheese show, because they were 250-gram pieces or smaller, and they may not be in their original packaging. So
yeah, so obviously this is for virtual awards, so we've only got a domestic fridge, so I can't fit a 20-kilo block, 20 of them in my fridge. It's not that big. So yeah, we've got smaller sample size. Unfortunately, we're not able to bore, so we can't use our grading iron, which is a traditional tool of a grader. So we've got a knife and a chopping board. So we're going to be very creative and see if we can make this happen.
Brilliant.
Okay, so should we get cracking? I'm sure everyone's dying to see what's up first. So yeah. I think the first one is 369.
Yeah, 369.
Yeah.
I'm not as organised as Nikki. I think Nikki's opened hers already.
Yeah, I got an assistant next to me. Got my husband.
I haven't got an assistant. All mine have run off. Okay, so looking at this cheese, I don't know if you can see. I've got a few fissions down here. So that's basically, in layman's terms, it's a crack in there. So that's showing it's quite a mature cheese. I can see some little spots of calcium lactate on there. And on one side here, there's quite a lot of calcium lactate. So in terms of appearance, I like this cheese. It looks great. I think a consumer would love it. If you're not knowledgeable about cheese, the calcium lactate here can look like mold. It's definitely not mold. It's basically salt crystals that have come out. So as the cheese matures, it takes whey comes out of the pack. So what that does basically is increases the salt percentage into the cheese and comes into super saturation, and then the salt crystals start to come out, in layman's terms. I think it's great, looks good. So out of 10, I'd probably score this an 8.
Yeah, yeah. First impressions, yeah.
It looks good. I'd be happy to that.
Yeah.
So let's cut a slice and see how we get on. It's cut nicely.
Very nice, yeah.
A little bit of fat on the knife, so that's good. I can see the calcium crystals in there. It's going to be really tasty. Smells a little bit sweet.
Very.
So I'd probably score that an 8 again, to be honest, on aroma. Yeah. So what we do now is we give it a little squeeze between the thumb and forefinger. As you can see, I've got some bits falling off. It's a mature cheese. It takes a little bit longer to work. We're trying to warm up the fat in there. Oh, one important thing I forgot to say is me and Nikki took the cheese out of the fridge at least an hour before. Yeah. So we want to try and get the cheese acclimatized just to make it that even more extra delicious. Okay, so that's pulped quite nicely. So let's have a taste. Okay, I'm getting quite a lot of sweet caramely notes come in. It's coating my mouth quite nicely. It's not as strong as I thought.
No, I agree. I
was really looking forward to really flavour some hit, zing, knock me on the floor.
Yeah, very mellow.
Definitely. So I think it had a really good texture. Let's just have another look, because if it's got the lactate in it, I'm looking, and it's got quite a lot down here. I'm guessing it's going to be round about the extra mature, so it should just break.
Yeah.
So it's breaking quite cleanly. It's got, so that's a really sign of a great texture. So I'll probably score that a 9 for texture, but it's let down for the flavour, so probably a 6 or a 7.
6. I was going to say 6 if you're happy.
Yeah.
And texture, Nikki, are you okay with 9?
Yeah, I'm happy with 9.
And then true to character, it's a mature cheddar. It's a good example. It's just a little bit of an anticlimax on the flavour, so I'm going to probably knock it down a little bit for that. For probably say a 7.
7, yeah.
And aftertaste, both of you?
It didn't have an unpleasant
No.
aftertaste.
No.
In fact, still a little bit there, still zinging along.
The buttery,
probably, what, 8?
8.
You're both okay on that, yeah?
Yeah.
Any comments to add?
No.
It's
Very,
A nice
very
example
pleasant.
of mature cheddar, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah. What's that?
Being a rebel now, I'm using a different chopping board.
Oh.
Okay, so number 370.
Okay.
Okay, so again, it's got a few fishes in there. It's got some lactate down the side.
Yeah, mine has too.
Can't see many lactate spots in it, so let's give it a cut. Let's see what happens. Okay, so in terms of appearance, it looks pretty good.
It does. Agreed.
Is it as good as the first one in terms of appearance? I'll probably say I think I prefer
Agreed.
the first one in appearance, just purely on the maturity that it looks.
Yeah.
So I think we scored it an 8 last time on appearance.
Yeah. So this one, a 7.
I think so. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's have a bit of an aroma then. So we're going for smell. Okay, so it's smelling a little bit lactic in there. I'm getting a few sweet notes. Smells good.
It does smell good.
Yeah, 8 or 9 again.
8.
8. Happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just snapped it there. And as you can see, it's not a clean break.
No.
Fractures quite nicely. I've got a little bit of glisten in there, so that's good. Let's give it a little warm up between thumb and forefinger. It's not falling to bits as much as the other one.
No.
The first one. It's quite pliable.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a taste. Okay, I'm getting quite a lot of sweet caramelly notes in there straight away. And the cheese flavour starts coming through. Getting a little bit of calcium crystals in there. That's very pleasant.
It was very pleasant. Yeah. Very pleasant.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah. That would be very irresistible melted.
Oh, see, I'm not into melty mad cheese at all, Nikki. Very nice with a nut. I'm going to be a bit of a rebel here. A nice fruity sparkling wine.
Okay.
Just offsets it just nicely.
That's nice.
Amazing. Okay, I thought that was really good, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
I think flavour 8.
No, yeah, I would have said 9, but 8. Yeah, I'm happy with 8.
8 and 8, very good. And texture, Russell and Nikki.
I thought the texture was good. It flinted nicely. It didn't bend. I'd probably go on texture an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
You were 9 last time. Is it the same or as good? It's the same as last
It's about
time.
the same, so 9.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, to be consistent.
You're very high markers, I must say, yes.
We haven't had a bad cheese yet, but we've only done 2.
Yes.
In fairness.
Well, consumer choice, you would expect them all to be very good, and then maybe just come down to a bit of personal taste at the end. Maybe
Yeah, we wouldn't expect anything else in the Morrisons or the Co-op, to be fair.
Yeah.
2 to character, I think, it's probably the same as the first one. So
Yeah.
Was that 8 or 9?
7 or 7 you gave both.
Oh, yeah, because the flavour was pretty bad on it. So
so maybe an 8 then.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And aftertaste.
An 8.
8, yeah, still there. It's a nice flavour.
Brilliant. Okay. Comments, just brief comments.
It's a good example of a cheddar, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd put it on my cheese board, so.
Yeah.
Good. So while you're clearing that and getting the next one out, both of you this really, condiments are becoming more and more prevalent with cheese, and the cheese shows will show that next year. In the retailers, they don't show, if you look at fresh meat, they have sachets of, cheese sauce or peppercorn sauce, but with cheese, you don't have condiments or ideas on matching. Is that something you're looking at in the future when it becomes more prevalent?
If you have a look at our Morrisons Deli, we do a range of chutneys that are there, and we do for different types of biscuits that are there to act as a condiment. Perhaps it's a good shout to say about cheese pairing with wine and beer. We mustn't forget the Great British Ale. Pairing with cheese just goes amazingly.
Yeah.
But I do think in the future that's become more prevalent. If you go to an artisan cheesemaker and buy a hamper of cheese, it always comes with biscuits and chutney, and also honey, of course. Honey is very good on blue cheese, and I wonder how many people know that without us between all of us educating people.
It's about us getting out there and
exactly. Yeah, and it's about the whole experience, isn't it? So that it is something, and that's so it's not just about the cheese, but as you say, it's the pairing and with the ale and the cider and the fruits as well. So so it's a whole package. So
okay, so we're on to the third one. This is taking a long time, isn't it?
I know. 371.
371.
371.
Okay.
Okay, so I can see lots of lactate all over this. So there's lots of crystals on it. It's all down this side and it's down this side. So this is telling me it's going to be an extra mature stroke vintage cheddar. I can't get in it.
That knife looks dodgy, Russell.
Not safe with a knife. Who wrapped this up? It's not a very square piece, is it?
No.
So in terms of appearance, for the consumer, for the Morrisons, and I'm guessing the Co-op consumer as well, likes consistency. So it's all about the shape being nice and square. So you can, as you said, if you want it on crackers or you're going to grill it, you want it just to fit onto a piece of toast nicely. So Not good. Okay, so I've just cut a piece visually. I've got a few fissions in there. Lots of lactate all over it. Again, it's typical of the cheese. I'd expect it if it was an extra mature stroke vintage. In terms of age profiling, generally a mild cheddar would be up to 3 months old.
Yeah.
Medium cheddar somewhere between 3 months and 6 to 9,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Matures 9 to 12. Extra mature 12 to 15, and then vintage 15, 18 plus.
Yeah.
As a ballpark figure. It all depends on the cheese and how quickly it matures.
Yeah. And then you get your different flavours from your more complex and your deeper, the more aged.
Okay, so I think from appearance it looks great. There's nothing I can say about that's.
Yeah, agreed. It's on a par with the others, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So
7 or 8?
Is that what we give the others?
8 and 7, the last two. 8.
8, yeah. Okay, so we're going to snap it. There's no bend in that whatsoever. It hasn't broken straight. It's given a nice uneven break. Okay, we're going to squeeze some in our fingers. Warm it up a little bit. We're smelling it as we do it. It's just a little bit sweet, a little bit caramely coming through. It's not that strong, to be honest.
I'm in.
Have you gone in?
I've gone in.
You've gone in. I'll go in. I better play catch up and stop talking.
No comment.
That's very strong caramely.
Very caramel.
It's a little bit sticky. Sticks to your roof of your mouth and your teeth.
Yeah.
It's a good, strong flavour. You're getting the crunch from the crystals.
Yeah.
It disappears quite quickly.
Yeah.
Aroma, I'd probably say 7.5. There wasn't that much there, to be fair.
Yeah, you're allowed to go decimals, yes.
Yeah.
There we go, 7.5.
7.5.
Okay. Flavour.
What do you think, Nikki?
7.
I think initially it started off really well.
And then
it died off too quickly, and for something that's an extra mature or vintage, I'd expect that longevity of flavour in there. So yeah, I'm going to go 7. Mark it down.
7.
The texture was really good.
Yeah, very good.
Can't fault that. I think it's got to be a 9.
Yeah.
The aftertaste, it just disappeared really quick. So I'm afraid it's going to be a 6. And true to character, well, it was a great cheese that just disappointed a little bit. So perhaps I can't say it's true to character. It's probably a 7.
7.
What do you think?
Yeah.
And
okay, on to the next one.
so your final comments on that, just brief comments.
It had the potential to be absolutely fantastic. It started off really, really well.
Yeah.
And then it went downhill really quickly.
Okay.
So perhaps it's a cheddar that's been matured quite quickly and not for a full 18 months or something like that.
Okay. I've put good potential, but disappointing end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could put a comment to that, Mr. Love.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so entry 372.
Yep,
372.
very good.
Again, it's pretty similar to the others. We've got lots of lactate down here. I've got lactate all through here that I can see. I can't see many fishes in there.
No.
If we can try and keep each one to 5 minutes instead of 15.
Oh God.
What was that? 15 minutes?
Yes, and that'd be 5 hours.
Okay.
Really
We're
bit-
dominating the schedule.
and then 3 comfort breaks in between in a 3-hour meet. So
You can understand why my taste panels take so long.
of course, it's very important.
Okay, so it looks pretty good. I'd buy this as a customer.
Yeah.
It's what I was looking for. Is it's got some lactate in there. I just picked it up. Well, I actually cut a piece off, and then this just fell off. So, in terms of visual, I'll probably go an 8.
Agreed. Yeah. Same.
Okay, let's see if it snaps. It snaps nicely.
Yeah,
Doesn't
very
snap
nice.
nice and straight.
Yeah.
Have a bit of that. It's got a little bit of glisten in there. So texture, 8 or 9, 8.5.
8.5. I think it's very good.
Okay, let's have a. Oh, it's quite a lot on there.
Mm.
Lots of flavours coming through.
Yeah.
Sweet, nutty.
Sweet, nutty. Yeah. Very fresh. Very.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going now. Juices are going.
Even I'm sniffing it, and I'm not there.
Giving it a squeeze between the fingers and the thumb. Some of it's a little bit brittle. It's falling apart on me.
Mm.
Okay, let's have a taste. Wow. There's a taste explosion in my mouth. There's so much going on. It's like fireworks, there's flavours, it's sweet, it's savoury, it's meaty, it's marmitey, it's caramely.
It's a very spirited cheddar. Yeah. Very.
Wow, there's so much going on. It's still going.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon 9's across the board on that.
Yeah.
Aroma 9.
9.
I think
Do you
it
wanna
needs
go
to be
higher?
absolutely exceptional to get a 10.
Yes.
Yeah. 9.
Flavour 9.
Yeah.
Aftertaste.
9.
9.
It's a really good example of a cheese. Loads of flavour, loads going
True
on.
to character.
Absolutely.
Very.
9.
Enjoyed that. It's good.
Yeah. Very good.
So I've got spirited down for that one. And what else? Spirited.
And
And
explosions of
Explosion.
flavour.
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you. I want to know what that is. I want to buy it.
Yes.
I'm going to buy that. That was absolutely delicious.
It was.
And that's the thing with this judging. There's so many. I need to know whose entries they were, so I can go out and find it.
Okay, number 373.
Yeah. 373.
So again, I've got the lactate down here. Got a few lactate crystals. Got a little tiny bit of fissure here. They're all quite similar, to be honest,
They are.
in terms of the appearance and that. It's basically it's just coming down to that flavour.
Yeah.
I'm still going. I'm still getting it. So I'm
Yeah.
going to give myself a little bit of a drink now. So I've got some lime juice.
Fresh lime.
And
Can be
apple.
bought in other supermarkets, by the way.
Okay, so we're just cleansing the palate. Well, I'm cleansing my palate. We'll just have a look at the cheese. It looks pretty good in terms of appearance. We'll just cut it and have a look on the inside, see what that's like. Okay, so when I cut it, it cut very cleanly.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit
Mine too.
softer.
Yeah.
So just purely on appearance, it looked pretty similar to all the others, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
probably an 8.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
Okay, we'll give it the snap test. So it snaps straight away,
Yeah.
very uncleanly. So that's great. So a bit of the old sniffer.
Yeah. So yeah, your sweet.
There's a little bit there, and it's not that much.
Yeah, not as much as the last one, but we were spoilt, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Right. 8 on flavour.
Yeah.
So
Aroma.
Aroma.
So let's give it a squeeze, see what happens. It's pulling together quite nicely, warming the fat up. Let's have a taste.
Mm.
Okay, there's not that much going on.
No.
I'm getting a few lactate crystals in there. The flavours are very subtle. I'm looking for
Mm.
them. There's a little bit of a cheesy acid in there, a little bit milky. It's not bursting with flavour.
Mm. Very subtle.
I think it's trying to pretend to be an extra mature. With the lactate on the outside, it looks great. You built up this anticipation, and then we've just had our legs taken out from underneath us, to be honest. So I think in terms of flavour, I'm going to score it really harshly. I'm going to go 4. It's just not in the running.
No.
At all.
The anticipation and expectation was there, but
it just didn't deliver. Flip side is we have just tasted an amazing cheese that was really bursting with flavour, and then this is almost on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Texture was pretty good.
Yeah.
In fairness, it was a little bit softer than I'd like for an extra mature, so I'm going to be a bit harsh here and probably say a 6 because it's a little bit too soft. And the aftertaste, well, there isn't any, it's just gone.
No.
Sorry, so it's a 2.
Nikki?
Yeah, agreed.
So was there a clue when you cut it? I noticed it was much easier to cut through, and it had a smooth side when you cut it. Was that a clue?
Yeah.
So as we cut it, it cuts really easy.
Mm.
And it's almost like cutting through butter. And then when it drops, you can totally see that smooth side. It's the cheese is basically it's just too young.
True to character?
It's not.
No.
It's
not. No.
My customers will be disappointed with that.
Yeah.
What are you giving it out of 10, Russell and Nikki?
I say 2.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Okay. I'm going to put good appearance, disappointing all round, yeah?
Yeah.
Otherwise disappointing all round.
Okay, so we've got 374 cut in a slightly different format. So it's thicker, not the same shape. Also not been wrapped in cling film like the others.
No.
Got loads of sellotape on it. It's actually in a backpack bag.
It is.
It's not vacuum packed. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, so I've got a few spots of calcium lactate around there.
Yeah.
Not heavily lactated like the others. So I'm guessing from this appearance, I'll be looking at this, should be round about the extra mature, maybe sneaking in at the top level of mature. So let's have a cut and see what happens. It's quite firm.
Yeah.
Not a totally clean cut like we saw on the
No.
last one.
No.
And I did get some fragments coming off on that piece.
Same.
So appearance, it looks pretty good. Probably an 8.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
Let's cut a piece off and then we're going to do the break test. Okay, it took quite a lot of pressure to break it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't break nice and clean, which is
Yeah.
great. It's very uneven, liking it. The old smellaroo.
Mm.
There's a lot coming off here.
There's a lot. Yeah. Fresh.
It's almost marmitey, meaty flavours coming through, a little bit of sweet notes.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to having a taste of this bad boy. So let's give it a squeeze. Held together okay, a few bits came off.
Yeah.
Have a taste.
Mm.
Lots of flavours coming off there. Quite meaty, quite strong, intense flavours. I think this would be ideal on like a ploughman's, you know.
Mm. Mm.
Really yummy.
Mm. Yeah. Moorish.
My saliva glands are going. I'm starting to salivate.
Mm.
So that's the umami flavours coming through. It's drawing my saliva glands out. That's really tasty. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. I think our customers would like that, wouldn't they? Yeah. Yeah.
So this is going to be really difficult to go back to the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's go back to aroma then before you forget, because you're having such a good time eating it.
I told you it's a great job. Absolutely great job. Who would not want to do this for a living? To be fair, aroma was great. It had loads. It's got to be a 9.1, something like that.
Yeah.
9.1.
1.
Yeah.
I like decimal points. It stops there being ties at the end.
Yeah.
Flavour. It was bags of flavour. And just comparing it to 372. I think it's probably on par with that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, did we score that a 9?
9. Yeah.
Texture. Look good.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, it was great.
9.
It's 9.
Yeah.
Aftertaste is probably not as long lasting as 372. So what do we score 372?
9. Aftertaste 9.
8.5.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds good to me. True to character, which I think it is.
Yes.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
What should we go for? 9.73219.
Yeah.
One digit will be fine, Nigel. Russell. So 9 point what?
7.
9.7.
Yeah, I think so. You're not going to be disappointed with this bad boy
No.
at all.
So I can put it's a good all-round cheese, hence a high mark. Yeah.
It's not just a good all that. It's one of the best
Yeah.
we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the best. Would buy. So whoever entered that cheese is hoping you don't buy that already, Russell.
Yeah.
Not saying
And
a word. 375.
Yeah.
Oh, 375. You don't seem to be making as much mess as me, Russell.
Really? You're not seeing a pile over there. It's out of camera shot.
So wrapped in a similar style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat packed with lots of sellotape on it.
Yeah. Maybe it's come from the same producer.
As soon as I've opened it, I got a waft of it, quite a strong, sweet, meaty notes, to be honest.
Very much so.
Again, it's got some lactate on the sides. I've got a bit of a swirl on here.
Yeah, me too. You can tell. We're tasting the same cheese.
Oh, something's wet then.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a cut, see what happens with the appearance. It's quite firm again.
Ooh.
You like that?
Yeah, mine.
Okay, I've got a few glistening bits of lactate in there. Looks great. So appearance probably go 8.5.
8.5.
So
Yeah,
that's
really.
the old
Very
snapper. Sorry,
Very glistening.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's do a snapperoonie test. Yeah. Lots of flavours coming through again. Okay, let's warm it up. It's just baking in my hands.
Two very excited four-legged friends to the side of me.
I've got one asleep over there, and I don't know where my other two are. I'm just dreading somebody knocking on my door because he will bark the house down.
Yeah.
We can always halt the video, so don't worry.
Okay, so it was quite dry this. I quite indicating the fat's totally broken down, so I'm really looking forward to tasting this.
So that's a much deeper flavour.
Different flavour. Disappears quite quickly though.
Yeah.
You have quite a lot of flavour.
And then tails off.
It just goes boom, like off a cliff. Tasty, and still taste a little bit. The flavour dropped off really quickly, but
Yeah.
perhaps not quite as good as the last one.
No, agreed. I'm a little bit disappointed there.
Especially when we opened it up and we had all this aroma come out.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm really looking forward to tasting this bad boy.
Yeah.
So go back to the aroma then. What we're giving the aroma, you've only marked the appearance so far.
It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, the aroma was 9.
Oh, it's got to be 9.2, I reckon. We go there. We're going to put our decimal place in for Kerry.
Okay.
Yes. And the flavour. I use my calculator instead of my head. Points.
It started off really well, the flavour.
It did. Yeah. And just tailed off.
Let's score it an 8.
Okay. 8, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, happy.
Texture. That looked good.
Texture was fine, yeah?
Yeah.
8 or 9?
Yeah. 8.5, halfway.
Let's go there.
Aftertaste was disappointing, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be quite harsh and give it a 5.
Oh.
The dog didn't agree.
Whose
True
dog?
to character.
Probably a 7.
Yeah.
Nicky,
Yeah, happy.
So well done. You've done 7 in 50 minutes.
That's okay. We've only got another 7 cheddars to go. Seriously? Okay.
Number 3.
376.
Yeah.
7, 6, yeah.
Okay, it's got a little bit of lactate on. It's got a similar swirl to the last one.
Yeah. I've got that.
I can see the swirl straight away underneath.
Yeah, that's a real characteristic, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Okay, let's give it a cut.
Is it? Yeah. Lovely looking cheese.
Seems softer.
Mm.
So we're getting a few fissions in there.
Mm.
Not a totally smooth cut, but it did feel smoother when I cut it with a knife. So we go with the old snapperoonie test, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't have to add too much pressure to it.
No. Mm.
Not bland as some little bit of sweetness, is it?
Yeah. Very fresh. Very meadowy.
I think it's going to be a little bit farmhousey. It didn't smell that farmhousey. Okay, I'm going in with squeeze. Let's have a taste. That's very caramelly, really caramelly. Sticks to your roof of your mouth. Is...
That's why I'm quiet.
I was like that.
Yeah. A whole mouth.
It really gets your mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm still going. It's got the longevity.
Mm. Yeah.
And I think in terms of flavour, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Had lots going on. Predominantly caramelly notes that were coming through. Coated
Yes.
the mouth nicely.
Mm.
So what?
Yeah.
So we need to
9.1.
start from the beginning, Russell.
Oh, okay.
Appearance.
Oh,
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Nicky,
Yeah.
come on.
Come on.
Appearance.
Appearance, yeah, 9.1.
Yeah.
Aroma.
Yeah.
It wasn't as strong as others.
No.
It had a pleasant aroma, so probably an 8.
Yeah.
Flavour.
Yeah.
It was good.
Higher than a 9?
Yeah, let's go with 9.
9.
Does the fact it stuck to the roof of your mouth, does that count for it or against it?
Well, this is why we're coming on to texture now.
All right, okay.
So I don't mind it sticking a little bit, but perhaps it stuck just that a little bit too much, and it caught Nikki out.
It did. It did.
When she tried to speak, and it was all went a bit wrong, and it's not really that texture you're after, or you could say true to character. So it's one of those we're going to have to drop because it's really stuck to your mouth. So we'll probably do it on true to character, knock it down on that. So texture was pretty good. So let's give it an 8.
Yeah. And then what? True to character?
5.
Or 5?
5.
4.5.
And
aftertaste, the only one missing.
It lasted a long time. I'd probably have 9.2 or something.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's quite a mixed bag on that one. The score.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just a bit too. It just stuck in your mouth a bit too crazily.
Very good.
Okay, so 377, a little bit different. It's coloured. So we've coloured cheddar. Basically, it's just normal cheddar with a colouring added to it. So historically, it's always been annatto that's been added to it.
Yeah.
But more recently, there's a step change to move away from annatto and use beta carotene. So let's try this out. Let's see what happens. So it's in a wax packaging. It's come from a large producer, so you can see the line here. So this is the cryovac bag, where it's been put into a mould. The seal, the fold's been put on it, and that's indented into the top.
Are the packaging companies also available, Russell?
Fair point. Calcium lactate on that. So the outside edge is really quite, it's almost a darker colour than the inside cut.
Yeah.
It's quite wet.
Yes, very wet.
So that's the way that's still coming out. So let's give it a cut, see what it cuts like. Cut quite easily. Very smooth finish.
Would that be more of a double Gloucester type, do you think?
It looks like a almost double Gloucester finish when you cut it.
You'll know when you taste it anyway.
It better not be double Gloucester this colour.
Yeah.
Okay, the old snapperoonie test.
Ooh.
Okay, it took quite a lot of pressure to break it.
Yeah, it did take quite a lot of pressure for me.
So that's not a good sign. So that's quite a lot of plasticity in there before it actually snapped, and you need it to snap quite easily.
Yeah.
Rubbery came into my head when I watched you bending it.
Okay, let's warm it up and have a taste. My dog's snoring in the background. There's quite a lot of cheese flavour there coming through. It's not sweetness, it's not a meaty, it's just basically buttery, cheesy flavour.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a taste. Okay, it started off quite ordinary.
Yes.
Not much going on at all. And then as you started to go through it, all these other flavours started to just come out and just stop hitting you all over. It was a bit crazy, really.
Citrusy. I got a bit of citrusy.
I didn't get that many sweet notes. I didn't get that much meaty notes. Maybe a little nutty, little citrusy, little buttery
definitely.
in there.
Different. Very interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, it started off very safe.
Yeah, it started off as quite bland almost, and then it just started to build up. It's dropped off quite quickly.
Yeah.
In hindsight.
Yeah.
It's disappeared quite quick. So in terms of appearance, I haven't got anything against coloured cheddar. I mean, coloured cheddar is very popular in Scotland. So it looked good. I'd buy it from the appearance. So I'd probably go 8.5.
Yeah.
The aroma, we just got that little bit of buttery. It wasn't that.
No, about a 7.
Yeah, it wasn't full of it. Flavour. No. We're gonna have to be tough in terms of it. It started off bland, went up, and then straight back down.
And then straight off again. Yeah, so 5.
I think so. We have to be quite tough on that.
Yeah.
And the aftertaste, well, there wasn't much aftertaste.
No.
It dropped off quite quickly. So 5 again.
Yeah.
2 to Hageter. Well, we know it's coloured cheddar. 7.
Agreed. Yeah.
And texture, just that one.
We missed that out, did we?
Oh, we missed that.
It was a little bit soft and took quite a lot to
snap it. Break, didn't it? Yeah.
So 5 again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 7, 8.
3, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at this, it looks softer. There's no sign of much. Well, there's a tiny bit of calcium lactate on there, but it just feels softer.
Yeah.
So let's give it a cut and see what happens. Straight away, I can feel it's more rubbery as I cut it, and you can see it's very clean, very, very clean.
Yeah, same.
Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You know, it could be a mild, it could be a medium, it could be a mature. You know, it's all about being in the right class.
Yeah.
So let's do the snapperoonie test. Jeez. That took quite a lot to snap it.
It did.
It snapped rough, but it took a lot of pressure. So it's telling me it's quite a younger cheese.
Young cheese. Yeah, definitely mild.
So and that's your difficulty, you two, because you're not in a mild cheddar class or a mature cheddar class or an organic cheddar class. You're in a consumer's choice. So you've got a whole variety and you've got to judge each one on what you think of it. Yeah.
It's
that's
on
it.
its own merit, so we can't judge this against
mature. No.
It's got to do what it says on the tin, isn't it? It's a mild. It's got to be a mild and have all the characteristics of a mild.
Yeah.
So I was getting a little bit off the aroma, and then in terms of the flavour, it was buttery, it was quite creamy. It's smooth. Not getting the hard hits of flavour that I'd want in my extra mature or my vintage.
Yeah.
It's probably a really good example of a mild stroke medium.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit strong for my customer as a mild. So I'll probably drop it into the medium category. That is still a little bit going on.
Yeah.
Texture was smooth, milky, buttery. Quite liked it. It's not a bad example, in fairness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So appearance,
9.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Aroma, there wasn't that much aroma on it, but I wouldn't expect it to.
Yeah.
So what, 9.1?
Yeah.
Flavour.
Again, 9.2. It
did what it says on the tin, doesn't it? It's, it didn't try and knock you out apart. Texture, I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
That it fractured so much. It should just have a reasonable clean break. It did take a lot to break it, which is good. But it fractured just that little bit too much. So probably moving up the age profile there.
Yeah.
Probably mark that down a little bit. Probably an 8.
Yeah. Agreed.
True to character. Well, I think we both know it was quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you reckon?
A 9.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And the aftertaste.
It didn't really have any, but it's not supposed to have any.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it to. So
But you've still got to mark it.
9. 9.1. 9. Let's go 9.
Yeah, 9. Are we halfway yet?
Just about.
Okay, so only 4 more cheddars to go, guys. 379.
379.
Okay, so we're back onto something a lot stronger then. So I can smell it as soon as I took it out of the pack. Got my lactate crystals on there, and you can see from where it's been cut that I'm missing some bits. So it's indicating that it's quite an older, more vintage cheddar. Loads of smells coming off this. It's really very fragrant. Let's give it a cut. Surprisingly, that cut quite easily.
Yes.
I was surprised at that. As I went through, I could feel the knife against the calcium lactate in there. I could feel the crystals being cut. But if you look, it's not smooth at all.
No. Addition.
Okay, let's do the snapperoonie. So uneven break. There was a reasonable amount of pressure on there. Surprisingly, I didn't think it needed that much, but there was. Okay. Ooh. Loads of flavour.
Loads, yeah.
It's a bag of punch, this is.
Very earthy, bit even nutty.
Meaty. Right, let's get this bad boy squashed. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's quite a few bits falling off it. I'm managing to squeeze it, managed to get that fat warming up. Let's have a taste. Okay, it's quite a lot going on there. It's full of flavour, not too sweet, a little bit marmitey, meaty. I'm getting a bit of bitter note on it, to be honest. Right, we're back of my throat. Loads of,
It's very much quiet again because it has really kind of coated my mouth.
it didn't coat my mouth nowhere near as badly as the
No,
other
not
one.
as much. Not as much.
It's full of flavour.
But I get the bitterness,
It's just too bitter for me.
which isn't characteristic, is it?
No, I would not be looking for that at all.
No.
At that point, both of you, they say that only 30% of people can taste bitter. Is that right?
It's this figure around there. I thought it was a little bit less.
Right, okay.
And they call it bitter blindness, don't they?
Yes.
My wife might say I'm quite bitter.
No comment.
Okay, so appearance, I'll probably give it. It looked good.
It did look good.
Yeah.
8.5.
I think so. I'll be happy with that on my cheese board to look at. The aroma, it gave a nice aroma. It invited us in, didn't it?
Yeah. So 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flavour, we're going to have to score it quite badly for the bitterness.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be there.
No. 4.
Yeah. And aftertaste, is it that bitter note there? Because I'm still, it's not good.
No. So the same. 4.
Yeah. And then is it true to character? It's not really.
No.
So
No.
4 again, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's
Texture.
Yeah.
that's quite good texture. 9.
Yeah. It's just that bitterness. To take it out of the wax. Yeah, but you're not meant to know.
Very good. Number 380.
Okay, so this is going to be quite interesting, this next one. Primarily because of its unique packaging. So it's not blind. We know what it is.
Yeah.
So time for the big reveal. So this is number 380.
Okay.
It says it's Godminster organic cheddar.
Yeah.
So from an appearance point of view, you know what? It looks pretty good. You know, brilliant little after dinner cheese board with that special one in your life.
Which of the 3 dogs is that then, Russell?
Absolutely. It's my dog Herbie. He's the one, the deerhound. Great for Valentine's Day. We do these on Valentine's Day.
And we do, yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
So from appearance point of view, just from the packaging, what do you reckon? It's got to be 9.9 to be honest.
Yeah, it has. It has. It's yeah, like I said, it ticks every box, doesn't it?
So give it a cut. Okay, so to get cheese into this type of mold, basically the cheese is bulk chopped, and then put it through a pipe, through a mold, makes a mold, and then it's dipped through wax 2 or 3 times to give you that nice waxy finish. So bear in mind that this has been bulk chopped. So looking at the cut I've done, it's very smooth, as I'd expect. So I'm going to put another cut in to get something I can break. So I'm going to do a break test. So there's quite a lot of pressure there. It's quite rubbly, as I'd expect.
You can tell mine's been out of the fridge, and I'd have taken it out of the wax a little bit earlier because it has just broken.
It's very soft, as you'd
Very
expect.
soft. Yeah.
It's a bowl chop product, so that's what it's intended. So let's smell.
Very rich.
Very grassy.
Very grassy, yeah.
Okay.
Very, very smooth. Deliciously smooth, isn't it? And very creamy.
Is that because it's been bowl chopped, or is that?
That's purely down to the bowl chop, the creaminess. So the texture is true to form, as it should be.
Yeah.
For a bowl chopped formed product. It's a little bit unfair because we know it's an organic cheddar because it says so on the label.
Mm.
But being organic doesn't make a real difference on flavour. It's about what the cows obviously eat.
Yeah, the principles.
So it gives an organic milk. So it doesn't really make a difference to flavour. But in terms of the animal health, not the welfare, the animal health, it's better allegedly for the animal.
Mm.
It tasted okay. It's probably 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And appearance in the packaging, out the package, I thought it looked great. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think it's a 9.6 or something
Yeah,
like that. It's
yeah.
right up there.
Yeah.
What's that? Which one was that? Which class?
You're not paying attention.
I dropped my pencil on the floor, Russell.
You shouldn't be using a pencil. You should be using our pens.
Yeah, sorry, yes. Oh, it's here. It's here. Mr. DuPont, it's here.
So I reckon it's about a 9.6.
Yeah, happy with that. 9.6. Yeah.
It's right up there. Aroma, I don't think it had that much aroma. It had a little
No,
bit of grassiness.
A bit, yeah. Very subtle. 8.5.
I think so, yeah. Flavour.
It- 9. It wasn't. We've tasted better, I think.
Yeah, I think we have. There's better flavours out there.
Mm.
You haven't awarded higher than a 9 for flavour, so if it's not better, you need to...
I think it's going to have to
Okay.
be 7.5, I think.
Okay.
Texture, it's what was expected.
Very smooth.
Ultra smooth, as you'd expect a bowl chop product to be. So it's probably 8.5.
Yeah.
Aftertaste.
Not really. Not really.
I don't think it had any, did it?
No.
So we get 4.
Yeah.
Knock it down, and then 2 to character. I thought
Yeah.
that's what I wouldn't be
Yeah.
disappointed buying that. It was.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
quite
8.
nice. 8, 9,
8.
something. 8.
8.
So comments. Nice Valentine's Day cheese, yeah?
Not just for Valentine's, you know.
It's a nice gifting cheese. It's a nice, yeah, nice, dinner party kind of cheese, isn't it? It's
Okay, yeah, good.
Something to talk about, you know. It's an occasion cheese.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good word. I'll squeeze that in somewhere, Russell.
Okay, so second to last,
What?
cheddar.
Cheddar.
Second to last, cheddar. Then we'll get onto the other stuff. So we've got what's called a Godminster Black Truffle Vintage Organic Cheddar.
I've taken mine out again. Or my assistant has.
What number was that, Russell?
381.
Okay, excellent.
Why can't I have an assistant, Kevin?
I know.
What's going on? Okay, so it's very similar to the other one in terms of how it's made. So it's a cheddar that's gone through a bowl chop. It's called for black truffle. And if you look at it, it's got additives added to it. So when you bowl chop it, they're adding some sort of additives. So as it's truffle, they've added some truffle to it, or truffle flavouring, truffle oil. There's a whole variety that you can put on. And it does actually say it's made with black truffle. Black truffle sauce in at 2%. So you can see the bits in it. It smells of black truffle.
Yeah, smells. Yeah.
Smell anything else but truffles.
Truffle. It's definitely truffle.
Okay, so from an appearance point of view, both in the pack, in the wax and outside, I've got my black bits in it. I've got my black wax. I've got a nice label on it. It looks pretty good, to be honest. It's it's another occasion cheese.
Yeah.
Probably score a 9, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right, ready with a snapperoonie. Okay, snapped. It's reasonably clean. Not too bad. It feels quite soft again, quite sticky.
Yeah.
All I can smell is truffle. That's all I'm getting, and I haven't even really smelt it yet.
Yeah.
I'm really not quite looking forward to this. It's just truffle. I can't smell the cheese at all. I don't know what the cheese is. It's
Agreed.
Overpowering truffle.
Yeah.
Malibu in my hands quite nicely. No, I don't want to do this.
Okay.
It's polite, Russell. You could have spat it out into your spittoon.
Okay, that is just pure truffle. There's loads and loads of truffle in there. If you like truffle, brilliant. I suppose if you don't like truffle, you wouldn't really buy it. But
yeah.
It's really, really strong.
Very.
I'm getting a little bit of lactate from the cheese. I can't taste the cheese. It's just pure truffle. I didn't think it was very pleasant at all, to be honest. I think that if you're having a flavour, you should be able to tell what the flavour is, but it shouldn't take over everything. Okay. You need to taste other things in there.
Yeah. Would you compare that to smoked cheese? You're still supposed to taste the cheese and not just the smoke.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's supposed to be subtle, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, so appearance, it looked really, really good.
Yeah.
I'd probably say it's up there with the highest up there.
Yeah.
So what, 9.6?
Yeah, I was going to say 9.7. It really does, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the spotty bits of truffle in there. It's a good finish on the pack. It looked good. Aroma, it was just truffle. I'd give it 1.
Okay.
Oh, well, 2.
2. Okay.
1.5.
We'll go with 2. We'll go with 2.
2, right, okay.
Flavour, it was just black truffle. I couldn't taste the cheese. It's got to be a 2.
Agreed.
Texture. It's the same as the other one.
8.5 then.
Yeah, it's just blended cheese. It's okay. Aftertaste, it was just not my cup of tea, I'm afraid. I'm sure people out there like black truffle really strong.
Yeah.
For me, it's not what I don't think my customer wants it. They want to taste the cheese as well. So I'll probably give that a 4.
Yeah, agreed.
And then 2 to carry it. Well, it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
You know, if you took the label off it, you'd know it's a black truffle cheese.
Yeah.
So for that, I'd probably give it 8.5, something like.
Yeah. Like I said, it depends what the customer wants, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want a black truffle cheese, and you're getting a black truffle cheese.
It's Mabel. So, clearly, Mabel, the greyhound, would like a black truffle cheese.
I'm quite impressed that my dogs haven't come up yet.
Yeah.
So I've put in an imbalance of flavours. If it should have been both, and it was only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are we doing for time, Kerry?
We're only 24 minutes over.
Okay.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Are you going to edit it down?
No, I don't know. It's going out live. Well, it'll be on the internet this afternoon.
Okay, so the last cheddar, guys, the last one, number 382.
Okay.
Okay, just looking at this, it's got a few fishes in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of lactate on one side, not much. So I'm probably looking at this bottom end extra mature, maybe top end mature. Sliced quite easily, to be honest. Very clean.
Very clean.
So I'm looking at this as a mature.
Mm-hmm.
So the old snapperoonie. Look at that bend. Started and gone. Okay, it's definitely in the mature category, this. Okay, let's have the old sniffer.
Ooh.
A little bit farmhousey, a little bit
Yeah, I
grass.
was going to say barnyardy. Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a squeeze. A little bit soft. Holds together quite well. Quite a lot of oil coming out of my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a farmhouse cheddar.
Mm.
So there's lots of farming oats in there.
Yeah.
It's very meaty, it's very marmitey.
Mm. Yeah, it really does capture, doesn't it? The uniqueness and yeah.
If you're doing it and you close your eyes, you can almost imagine yourself stood in the farmyard and the smells that are going on and that grassiness, that manure-y sort of flavour that comes through.
Yeah, really quite unique. Mm.
It's a little bit soft for me. You got a helper behind. Having cereal.
Sorry.
So I don't think a cheddar should be that soft.
Not a farmhouse cheddar either, isn't it? No.
I suppose it's quite unique, that.
Mm.
Okay, so from appearance, it looked reasonably appetizing.
Good.
It's probably an 8. Yeah.
8, yeah.
Aroma.
Aroma was good.
Yeah. Good aroma.
Yeah, really good aroma. 9.2.
Yeah. It really drew us in wanting to try it.
Yeah.
The flavour, I thought the flavour was excellent, to be honest.
Yeah.
It did what a farmhouse cheddar's supposed to do.
Yeah. 9.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nikki, what was that? 5?
9.4.
Thank you.
The texture. I think the texture let it down badly.
Agreed.
It's just a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
I'd probably score it a 6 or a 7.
7.
7.
The aftertaste was good.
Yeah.
Probably an 8.
8.
And then true to character, well, we could tell it was a farmhouse cheddar.
Yeah.
It did its job. It's probably another 8.
8.
Okay, so that is the cheddars finished, guys.
Woohoo!
Flipping at fire. I'm going to have to clean, have a bit of a rinse out
Okay.
on my lime juice. And a bit of a munch of an apple. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 8, 3.
3, 8.
Strawberry cheddar. Looks like a blue Shropshire to me.
Yeah, agreed.
Basically, it's blue cheese with a natto or beta carotene in it, and you don't have to make it in the Stilton area of the 4 counties. Okay, so let's have a look at it. So it's got a rind on it, mold round the edge. I've got my blue in here. I've got a few holes on the side where you can see the piercing, where they pierced it. Looks good.
Does look good.
Give it a cut. Okay, so we don't do a snapperoonie test on these. So with a blue cheese, I'm looking for even blue throughout. So it's got quite good bluing on it. If you want your cheese to be even more blue, and when you bought it, you can just leave it out for an extra hour, and that will help blue it up. Okay. Let's have a smell. Very milky, curdy.
Yes. Very.
A little bit of them blue noties. A little bit of penicillin. That blue mold taste smell.
Just say that again. Is that penicillium or penicillin?
It's penicillium roquefort you put in it, and you have to probably the willed amount of blue cheese to have an equivalent of a penicillin tablet.
Okay.
It's really quite sticky.
Very sticky, yeah.
I don't know if that's because we've probably been a bit slow and it's been out probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly right with the first comment.
Very mellow.
Mellow, sweet, sharp. I've got a few crystals on there, penicillin roquefort. It's a little bit savoury. It's quite a nice example of a blue cheese.
I was going to say, it's characteristic, isn't it, of that?
It's not overly strong like some blue cheeses, but then it's not really subtle like others, so it's probably bang splat in the middle.
Yeah.
So appearance, I think it looks good. I like the mold rind around the side. I like the even splattering of mold growth that's come through it through the piercings. It's got quite an even orange colour to it.
Agreed.
It's not really patchy, so probably give it a 9 for
nine, maybe 9.2.
Okay, let's go a bit higher. Aroma. I didn't think it had that much aroma, to be fair, compared to other cheeses that we've had.
Yeah.
It's a
apart
little bit
from
more
the,
subtle.
yeah,
Probably an 8.
agreed.
Flavour, it was tasty. It had nice flavour. Wasn't too strong. Wasn't
Yeah,
too weak. So it's probably in the pack there.
yeah.
What, 8.5?
8.5, yeah.
Texture.
Very soft texture. Like I said, it's been out the fridge quite a while, but still a good texture. Like I said, a little bit sticky.
So I think that's our fault for being out of the fridge just that little bit too long, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's really fair to put that on. I thought the texture was all right,
Okay.
apart from the stickiness. So should we go 8.5?
Yeah.
Aftertaste.
As you would expect, really. It was very pleasant. Left you with a nice warm feeling, didn't it? It was nice. Very
Go
back for more.
we go with a 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And then true to character, I think it was. I think
Yeah. Agreed.
tick the boxes there. So probably a 9.1, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So after blue, you'd have to clear the palette, I guess, after a blue, ready to reset.
So we've got number 384, very unique silver packaging.
Oh, yes.
Hand wrapped.
Oh, sorry, it's the wrong way round.
That's all Cheddars.
Let's see what's inside. Very nicely presented in the foil wrap. Inside we've got blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
So really interesting here is you can see the line here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
So there's some
I
lines
can see it.
of blue. So that's where the penicillin is already in the cheese, and then they pierce it with metal rods. In the olden days, it may have been copper or other material. And the idea of that is to get air inside, and then the penicillium roqueforte starts growing back along the lines as it grows towards the oxygen. It looks really good.
Does look really good.
Okay, so I've got quite good bluey here. I've got quite a large space here with no blue in it.
Mm.
So you can see all around here, there's a lot of blue, but in this bottom corner, I haven't got a lot of blue. So a customer would like to have, if it's a blue cheese, it needs to have even distribution of blue throughout.
Yeah.
What's yours like?
Yeah, mine does, to be fair. Yeah, mine has more distribution.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's give it a cut and see what happens. Cut nice and easy. It's quite a soft cheese. A little bit of fat on the knife from it being soft.
Yeah. Mm.
Some peppery notes coming through.
Very peppery, yeah. Yeah.
Let's give it a squeeze.
So Nikki, would you looking at that? I would be thinking it's a sheep's cheese. You wouldn't know till you taste it, or would you look at the appearance and think it is?
Well, because it's slightly paler, and also then as soon as with the aroma, then yes, yeah. It's quite a complex flavour as well.
There's quite a lot going on there in
Yeah.
terms of that different.
Right, so do you get the pepper?
Get a bit of acid.
The piquant, yeah.
What do you think, Russell? Cows or sheep?
I think it's cows.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's my only negative comment on it is a little bit on the appearance of it not having a full blue face.
Yeah.
So from appearance, from my point of view, on my piece, I'd score it down quite harshly. But Nicola, you had quite a good one, so
Yeah.
I think we just split it in the middle.
Split the average.
I'd go 4.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'd say 7. So
5.5 then.
5.5.
Aroma, it was okay. It had the peppery notes. It smelled good. There's no off notes, off taste.
Yeah.
So probably give it an 8.
Yeah. Agreed.
Flavour, it's quite subtle. It had the complex flavours in there, but it didn't slap you around the face.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Probably an 8.
8.
Texture is quite smooth, a little bit granular on some of the blue. Exactly what it's supposed to do on the tin, probably a 9.
Yeah. Agreed.
Aftertaste, still there a little bit, so
Yeah.
it's quite good, probably a 9.
Yeah.
And true to character, whatever it is, it's quite good. I presume that it's designed to be like that.
Yeah.
I'd probably score it another 9.
9.
Okay. So the note I've made is the lack of veins lost it points, but otherwise very nice cheese, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got another one. I take it it's from the same company. It's wrapped pretty similar.
Yes.
Number 386. Okay. I'm guessing this is a blue, a coloured version of what we've just had.
Mm-hmm.
Does seem a lot firmer than the one we've just had, though.
It does.
So again, it's a blue cheese. It's got some annatto or beta carotene in there to give it the blue colour. I've got the mould down the outside. Got bluing in it. Again, I've got quite a big corner of no blue.
Yeah, I've got a corner this time where I haven't got any.
Okay. Let's give it a cut and see what happens. Okay, cut nicely. It's nice and smooth.
Mm. Mm.
It's that peppery.
Again, isn't it?
I just think it's the same as the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting some bitter notes in that.
Me too.
I was quite looking forward to that because we had that one earlier. So a coloured version and maybe different maturity on it, but it's just got to that stage where it's a little bit bitter. With a
Yeah.
blue cheese, you just need to be really careful. There's bitter flavours in there that develop and then disappear as the peptides break down into different amino acids. This is just in that profile where there's a little bit of bitterness in there, and unfortunately, it's got it, unfortunately, which is a real shame. So appearance, I think it looks great. Lacking a bit of blue on it.
Yeah.
Finer blue, it needs to be blue. So I'm going to be really harsh again. So 5.5.
5. Agreed.
Aroma, it was subtle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
8. Flavour. With the
4.
bitterness, it needs. We just need to watch the age profile on that. So it needs to be scored quite low. So probably a 4.
Yeah. Agreed. 4.
Texture.
It's great.
9.
9. Yeah.
Aftertaste.
Oh, it's that bitterness, so it's got to be a 4.
4 again, and then true to character.
Well, it shouldn't have that bitterness, should it? So no. So we have
4.
to score it down. 4.
Okay, so onto a totally different product type now. This is going to get really interesting. So it's number 387. So this looks like it's either a mini brie, mini camembert, or some sort of goat's cheese. No idea. Feels soft, so I'm thinking it's a goat's cheese.
Yeah.
You're way ahead of me there, Nick.
Sorry.
That's all right. You crack on. You talk it through.
So very, very soft.
So if it is a goat's cheese, these are fantastic to just throw in the oven for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just put a little bit of silver foil around the base of it in case it leaks. And bake it for 10 minutes, and then, some nice crackers and honey on it. Oh, delicious. This is definitely a goat's cheese.
Oh, yes.
Okay, this is just... So the reason why I was saying it's definitely a goat's cheese is the colour of it is really white.
Okay.
Really white. It's nice and soft. It's started to break down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a core in the middle. So it's a little bit firmer in the middle there compared to the sides where it's really juicy and it's hanging out. So this firmness will break down. So it'll go even softer when you just keep it a week or so. So on the outside, this is a mould that's grown. So this is a penicillin camembert is the mould that's on the outside. This is so squidgy and juicy. I'm going to get in a right mess of this.
I know.
I can't really smell that much. Maybe a bit milky.
A little bit.
It's just not much there. It's just it's going to go everywhere.
Have a smaller bit.
Okay, so salty. You can tell it's goat. It's some acidity in that. It's juicy. It's flavoursome. It fills your mouth with this gooey mess.
Yeah, like I said, in the oven, gorgeous. Like I said, with some honey and perfect summery dish, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant! Absolutely. Yeah. Barbecue outside.
Yeah.
Few of them on your silver foil on the barbie. 10 minute. Oh, knee knocking. That's what it is.
So you would eat the rind on that as well, yeah?
Yeah, definitely eat the rind on it.
Even though in this current climate you don't know where it's been, in inverted commas.
Yeah, we can all. You can take it to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line?
Exactly.
The appearance, I think it looks great. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It's got a good coverage of mould all the way around.
Yeah.
We cut into it. It's well matured. It's ready to eat, ready to go. So I'll probably give that a 9.
9.
Aroma, it didn't have that much aroma.
No. 7.5.
Yeah. Flavour, it was nice and salty, acidity.
Very salty.
You could tell it was a goat's cheese.
Yeah.
So probably score that 7.5, 8.
8.
8. Texture,
Yeah, perfect.
it did exactly what it said. It was well mature.
Yeah.
So 9.1.
Yeah, yeah, perfect.
After taste, I can still taste it.
Really good, really good. 9.2.
Yeah. And then true to character, well, it's just a good example of a goat's cheese, isn't it? It didn't really, what I really dislike about goat's cheese is it tastes like goat's udders.
Mm.
And it
Never had my mouth around a goat's udder, Russell, so I wouldn't know.
That's not according to the rumours. We've heard lots there, Kerry. So I really like that because it wasn't really goaty. So probably what, a 9.2 again?
9.2, happy with that. And clearly it's another hit with a Labrador and a Greyhound because they're very excited by this piece.
My Jack Russell's just turned up.
Yeah.
She's just robbed a piece, actually.
Yeah. The canine's choice. You need to
add we could have that.
Category.
We could have that for next year, Kerry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
2 to go, guys.
2 to go.
Okay, so we've got entrance 388. Back pat looks like a smoky cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
Biggest thing for me with cheese is it doesn't have foreign bodies in it. Can you see that?
On.
Where are we?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a piece of blue plastic in it. Okay, so with smoked cheese, it needs to do exactly what it says on the tin. It needs to be smoky, but it's about finding that balance of what cheese it has been smoked with. So if we're saying it's a cheddar, a smoked cheddar, I want to be able to taste the cheddar and the smokiness. Whereas if it's smoked Wensleydale, obviously I need to taste the Wensleydale. So it looks good. It's got a nice smoke around it. I can smell smoke.
Smoked, yeah. And a nice quite delicate smoke.
Yeah, it's not really a harsh one, is it, at all?
No.
Now, it will make a massive difference to us where we taste this. So the nearer to the rind, the smokier it will be. So I suggest we take a section from the middle bit.
Yeah.
So if we cut the middle bit out, so it's yay! And then we just focus on this.
That's it.
So you can tell it's smoky.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of cheese on it, to be honest.
Mm.
A little bit milky. Warming it up a bit. Let's have a taste.
You taste the cheese?
Can you tell what type of cheese it is?
Mm.
I can't.
I can't either.
I thought the cheese was a little bit powdery, to be honest. It was quite dry.
Mm.
When I was squeezing it, it felt quite moist. But when I ate it,
Yeah.
it was almost a stringent sort of taste because it sort of dried my mouth out with it.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so appearance.
Appearance is great. Apart from obviously your piece that had the piece of blue in it.
Okay, so I'm going to score it a 1 because of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you score yours.
Well, I would score mine at 8. So.
Okay.
4.5 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aroma, it's smelt a little bit smoky.
Yeah, and not overwhelming. So the aroma was very pleasant. So
Yeah, 9.
5. Yeah, 9.
A flavour.
Well, I don't know what cheese it is. So it had a nice balance of the smokiness, but I'm not sure what it is.
I'm guessing it's some sort of hard cheese, but even that I was a little bit lost with. So I'll probably give it a 6.
I got the powdery as well.
So that takes us nicely onto texture. That powdery, stringency bit, I just wasn't a fan. I don't think it should be there.
No.
So I'm going to hit that quite hard. Probably a 4.
4. Agreed.
The aftertaste.
Well, I can still taste that powdery. So yeah, so 4.
Yeah. And true to character, I'm sure smoky cheese isn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a nice smoke. Tell what the cheese is and not have that powdery taste. So probably 4 again, to be honest. Okay, last one, guys.
I need to put some comments in there for that. I'm confused. There's so many. I don't really know where to start. I just need brief comments.
So I suppose it was a delicately smoked cheese, and the appearance was appealing, but it didn't have a distinctive taste of type.
Okay.
And a powdery on the palate and aftertaste.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Last one then.
Last one.
Let's clean him up palate. So it's 389.
Correct.
This looks really, really interesting. Because it's a hard cheese with a mold rind on it.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is the shape of it as well. So I've got this curve here. So it's more of a traditional cheese. It's quite dark yellow.
Yeah. I think mine looks even more yellow than yours.
It's very golden, isn't it? And as you go towards the rind, it gets darker in colour.
Yeah.
And it's almost got a dry appearance. It's almost going down the route of a Parmesan in terms of how dry it is.
Yeah.
It looks. Okay, let's cut a bit off and see what happens. Oh, it's very firm. Oh, then soft when I go in. So the rind was quite firm, then soft. So I've only got rind across the top. So I'm guessing that this would have been another oval round here, and it's been cut in half.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a reasonably good cut. A little bit rough, which is good. Whoa. There's loads of flavour on there.
Yeah. Whew.
It's farmy, it's grassy.
Yeah. Really interesting.
There's lots of
very earthy.
Lots of notes on there. I'm starting to salivate with the notes. Okay, let's cut a bit off and do the break test. So it could be some sort of cheddar, or it could be something else. It seems a little bit firm to be cheddar. It's snapping really easily. Didn't have to put not much bend on it. It snaps straight away. It's falling apart in my hands.
Yeah.
So it's quite a dry cheese. Okay, so It's really hard to warm up. It's just collapsing in my hands.
Yeah.
All over the place. It's very dry.
So don't answer me while you're eating it, Russell, but the crust looks very dense. And I know with the Parmesan that you're supposed to be able to eat the crust. Well, I'm not sure about this one because I don't know the make. But...
I'm not sure either. So we haven't eaten a crust, so I've taken mine off.
Yes.
I just don't know. My word, that I feel like I've just done a round with Mike Tyson there. Honest to God.
That was one to finish on.
That was an amazing finish. I've been battered. My taste buds are gone now. Everything's going on. It's sweet, it's savoury, it's grassy, it's earthy, it's buttery.
Nutty, yeah.
Flipping it. Bags of flavour. Really, there you go. If you want a strong flavour cheese, that's the bad boy to get.
Yeah, agreed.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
I was just going to say whether our customers, isn't it? You know, for ours, isn't it?
It's for probably the Morrisons and the Co-op customer, probably a bit much stepping too far. Ideal in a farm shop, deli, those sorts of places. Perhaps on a regional range or something like that might do well.
Yeah.
A superb example of a real flavoursome cheese, though. Really good. Okay, appearance.
9.5?
I think so. It looks great.
Does.
Absolutely looks great.
You just want to, like I said, it was appealing. It makes you inquisitive. You can't wait to try it, can you?
No, it's absolutely. Aroma?
The same.
Had bags in there, didn't it? It just pulled you in. It didn't have an unpleasant aroma. It just drew you in.
Yeah.
9.1?
Yeah.
Flavour?
Well.
I knocked me out of the park. I'm going for 9.8. I'm going high there.
Yeah. Happy with that.
Texture, I'm a little bit disappointed in the texture. It's a little bit dry, to be fair. We had some better examples of ones that weren't as dry.
Yeah.
Probably 8.5. Aftertaste.
It was fab. Yeah.
I'd go high again on that, to be honest. Probably go 9.5, something like that.
Yeah.
And true to character, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's a perfect artisan.
Farmhouse. Yeah.
Farmhouse cheese. Sure. So I'll probably go 9.7 or something like that.
Agreed.
So I think it's been a bit of a mixed match of cheeses. We've had quite a lot of cheddar to look at. We've had a couple of blues.
One goat's.
A goat's cheese, and then this one to finish. It's been a real pleasure to do. So 20 cheeses in a couple of hours.
Yep. I think we need to halt the recording for 2 or 3 minutes while we discuss the 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Because I believe we've got a tie in third, so we just need to revisit one of those. But I'll stop the recording for anyone who's watching, and we'll come back to you in 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay. Hi everyone, we're back. After a quick discussion, would you believe it, we managed to have a tie for second and third? Oh, who would have thought that? So in third place, we've got 378, and we had that down as a mild, really, really fine example of a mild cheddar. It's milky, it's creamy, it's smooth. Absolutely spot on. Really pleased with that. Second place was 274. Now we had this as an extremely flavoursome, extra mature cheddar. Bags and bags of flavour. I would have that on my cheese board without a shadow of a doubt. In fact, I'd buy it as well. So hats off to whoever made that. Brilliant. Please let me know. And then in first place, actually, was the very last one that we did. It was number 389. Now this packs a punch. This was a really, really good I think it's an artisan product. Looks amazing. Taste is fabulous. It just knocks you out the park. It ticks all the boxes. And do you know what? I'll be happy to sell that in my deli counter. Nikki?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, absolutely. Really interesting and a great example of a British farmhouse mature cheddar. So yeah, congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you soon.
I'd just like to wrap up, Russell, before you both disappear.
Okay.
It's been a great experience, and anyone who's sat through it will have learned so much from you two about how you judge a cheese and how you rate a cheese. So thank you very much from me personally for the experience. And yes, I think we'll wrap up and let the results go back live online. Okay.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Russell.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.